Oh, I just tripped so hard. All right, today I want to talk about making the most out of a bad situation. And I want to talk about this because this is something I've been thinking about for a long time. It's been on my mind. And ever since I hit like rock bottom, when obviously you're working on yourself, you're making the situation better, but oh, there's a cat. Oh no, cat, get out the fucking way, you idiot. Go. The cat's gonna get hit by the car. Dude, the cat, move. Why are you going? Okay, no, he sped up. All right, thank God. When everything's completely falling apart and it feels like your life is over and that you completely just ruined everything, it's easy to want to, give up and, be upset and sad about it and just thinking about it constantly. You're just constantly stressing about it and thinking about it. The can is like embedded into the asphalt. It's easy to just, stay in your thoughts and just rethink things and to just stress about it. But what I found to really, someone just texted me. What I found that really helped me in those bad situations, obviously I did everything I could to make the situation better. So that's the first thing. Because you can't do it the next thing I'm about to tell you guys if you're not actively trying to make the situation better. But you have to first accept the situation. I was like, all right, this is the situation. It is what it is. There is nothing I could do about it. There's no amount of stressing that's going to change anything. The only thing you could do is, this sounds cliche as shit, but just push forwards, But that's not all. That's not it. You want to be working and making the situation better and working towards that. But it's also important to make the most out of it. Make the most out of it. Still have laughs, still have fun. Don't let the stress take away from the fun moments and the fun living that you can have in life. You still have to enjoy yourself, because when you're older and you look back at those times, you're like, man, I was stressed the whole time. I really wish I would have just it wasn't even that big of a deal. Now that I'm older, it really wasn't that big of a deal. I know when I was younger, it felt like the world was ending, my life was over, but I wish I would have just had fun in those hard times, Make the most out of it. You can make any bad situation better than what it is. I just say most. There are some situations where you really can't do much about. Like if you're in some debt or whatever, there's really no point in stressing about it, honestly. Because all you can do is pay it off, file for bankruptcy. Those are the only two options you have. So as long as you're working towards that and you're focusing on that and getting it paid off or whatever it is, there's no point to just overthink it and stress it. What in the actual? Interesting. You just gotta laugh, honestly. You just gotta laugh and be like, hey, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is, but I'm not gonna let this stress me out and ruin the quality of my life because it's all I'm thinking about, because I'm just so stressed about this debt. Enjoy your life and just know it can always get worse. It can always get worse, no matter how bad you think it is. Trust me, it can get a whole lot worse than you think. So never take that shit for granted. Oh my God, there's glass everywhere. Car crash? Probably, yeah. Looks like a car crash. How the fuck did you get into a car crash right here, though? It can always get way worse. It can always get a lot worse, bro. There's always someone with a much worse situation than yourself. And that's why I'm like, that's really why I say you just really need to enjoy your time, because we don't got that much time on this earth. So sitting there stressing about it isn't going to do nothing. It isn't going to do any good except degrade your mental health. And I think when you're in a positive mindset, your mind is just happy and like stress-free, I think it's easier to make better decisions that are less like out of desperation, like, oh, I need this to happen. And I just think you can think more clear. Like when you're not stressed, you don't got that like insane pressure on you, I think you can think better. First, you're more creative because you're not so focused on the stress, and your quality of life is just better. Your quality of life is just better. But before any of that stuff happened, I thought it was like as bad as it was gonna get. I was like, this is terrible. This sucks. It's so stressful. And then it got a whole lot worse. And then that's what made me realize, I'm like, oh, for the first like 2 weeks, I was extremely stressed. I was like, fuck, I gotta figure this out. But then after that, I just honestly accepted the fucking situation, and I was doing everything I needed to do to make it better, but I kind of just pushed it off to the side. I wasn't thinking about it because I don't want that taking up my life, you know? So I was focused in making everything better, which I did do, but I just acted like it wasn't there, like at all. Like I just would have laughs with my friends. I would still, go out, go to the gym and stuff, do everything I was supposed to do, but have fun with it, Have fun with it. I'm not gonna let that stress ruin my life, which I feel like is what happens to a lot of people. They just let the stress consume them, and it's just all they're focused on is that. Their debt, their bills, or their car payment, or whatever it is. But yeah, that really taught me how, taking granted for anything that you have is never good. You don't realize what you have until you lose it. That car sounds horrible. Oh my God. But I guess it's kind of easy to do because you're so used to what you have. It really does sometimes take you losing it to realize, like, damn, that was actually really nice and I really needed that. But you're so used to it, you just almost expect it. So when it does go wrong, it's just so tragic. I don't know if you guys can see, it looks like hair, like messy hair. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I really got for this video. Pretty simple.